Time at the beach moves from hour to hour. Spectacular, puzzling, and enthralling creatures, or outrageous, unbelievable, and mesmerizing encounters. Let's see some of the most shocking things that happened on a beach. Rare giant squid. While walking along the beach in Scarborough, England, a person found a rare giant squid washed up on the rocky shore. The poor squid had been picked apart, probably by the birds. You can even see its huge eye on the side. It's bigger than a person's foot. I wonder what happened to this poor, majestic creature. Usually, giant squid sightings are very rare, and the biologists mostly study them through their carcasses, which are sometimes seen on the beaches. Oarfish. What is long, ribbon-like, and is considered a sign of natural disaster? An oarfish, also known as the king of herrings. These mighty fish are mostly found in the deep sea, unless they are sick or have to mate. Only then will they come closer to the surface. These fishermen from a city of Arica, Chile, caught a massive 16-foot-long oarfish. Fear spread through the entire city after this giant was caught. People are afraid that a major natural disaster will soon hit the city. That happened some months ago, and I think everyone is doing okay now, and no natural disaster has struck the city yet, other than a minor earthquake. Huge whale carcass. On the 26th of January of 2020, an early morning surprise was waiting for the fishermen in the mangrove forest of the Samet Prakan Beach, Thailand. A 15-ton and 40-foot-long whale carcass had washed ashore. The carcass belonged to a 6-year-old huge female bride's whale. Why and how this huge whale washed up in such a small place is a mystery. The biologist moved the carcass to an open area to perform a post-mortem on it. Then, hopefully, we will find out what had happened to the poor whale. Sea turtle rescue. 3 Pakistani friends were having a beach day at Ras Al Had Beach, Oman, when they saw a female sea turtle stuck under a rock. If you know anything about turtles or tortoises, they are a constant danger to themselves because of their shell, which can get stuck or break, or they can get turned over. These 3 guys worked for 4 hours to save this poor turtle. They dug through the sand with hands and a plank, but in the end, it was all worth it, as this beautiful turtle was released and sent back to the sea safely. It's true that not all heroes wear capes. Extreme fishing. Some fishermen take fishing to another level. Shark fishing is pretty common between the islands of Java and Sumatra, Indonesia. These fishermen use ancient fishing techniques to catch the sharks by using a line that can give nasty cuts even to the fishermen if they don't wear any gloves. But these guys do it without any sort of protection. Even without any technology, they were able to catch a massive tiger shark on the line. These men are literally superhumans. Glass jellyfish. This next video shows what you should not do when you see a slimy blue-colored jellyfish lying on the beach. You should run in the opposite direction, because even when they are dead, they can still give you a nasty sting. This gentleman saw a giant jellyfish and decided to yeet it. Unless you're an expert and can identify a jellyfish properly, you should never touch it, because some species of jellyfish contain neurotoxins that can not only give you a really painful sting, but can also prove to be fatal. Hammerhead rescued. After spotting an injured 10-foot-long hammerhead shark floundering near a beach in Florida, 2 brothers came into action and quickly worked to rescue the beast. By stabilizing the shark on the beach, they were able to remove the 2 large hooks lodged near its mouth. Once the hammerhead was freed from the hooks, it was in a state of confusion and tried to swim into the shore. Yet the brave rescuers jumped into action again and guided the shark away from the excited onlookers and back into its deep ocean. Spiderweb blanket. It blanketed everything from trees to shrubs near a lagoon on the shores of the town. Well, if you hate spiders, this scene may appear to be straight from a horror movie, but unfortunately, it's a real 300-meter-long spiderweb that turned a great beach into an arachnophobe's worst nightmare. This happened in 2018, when an increase in the mosquito population led to perfect conditions for the spider's population explosion, who took advantage by mating, reproducing, and providing a whole new generation. However, spiders died after partying during that time, and the web degraded naturally, leaving the vegetation undamaged. Emerging clams. A man enjoying while standing on the beach was astonished when the water currents brought a mesmerizing surprise for him. Just when a large wave went back after touching his feet, a large group of clams popped out of the sand. They emerged just like a bug apocalypse and started crawling and feeding on the small organisms in the sand. Crab building home. Who needs a builder when we've got this hard-working crab working quickly to construct a new home on the beach? After skillfully digging up a hole, it quickly moved the sand on the sides to construct the walls for its new house. Within a period of a few seconds, the tiny crab built and hid under its miniature house. Before we move any further, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon so you can keep watching our amazing content. Emergency landing. Beach picnics are always full of fun, but the excitement could be turned into a state of mixed emotions if something really unexpected and unbelievable happens. Just like a thrilling scene out of a sci-fi movie, a World War II era plane made an emergency landing in the ocean in front of dozens of stunned beachgoers who were shocked to see a plane gliding over the waves before splashing down. Fortunately, no injuries were reported, and the pilot stepped out of the cockpit safely, moments after guiding the aircraft into the shallow waters. The unfortunate plane was about to take part in an air show, but went down in the water about 15 feet offshore due to a mechanical issue. Seal rescued. A rescue team patrolling at the beach in Namibia spotted an adult male Cape fur seal who had about 45 strands of fishing line wrapped around his neck and body. Because of the heat, most of the seals were sitting close to the water when the activists approached the animal by car, and one of them managed to get the seal in the net and then dragged the seal back to the beach. By carefully opening the net bag near the tangled part, one of them started cutting the ropes with raptor scissors. After a successful rescue operation, the seal was released from an entire roll of the line. But instead of being thankful, it tried to bite its rescuer before returning back to the ocean. Beach robbery. A great day out on the beach of Thailand was spoiled by a poacher monkey in January 2022. The naughty animal was noticed by a tourist lady messing with her picnic stuff, and when she tried to shoo the robber away, the monkey aggressively attacked the lady. After scaring the woman, the clever thief took charge of her bags and enjoyed sips of a cold drink. Watching the pal partying on the beach, another monkey joined him and took something out from a red bag. However, both the robbers had to give up just when a man threw a pebble to save other stuff from being robbed. Camel in beach. Although the camel is described as the ship of the desert on account of its ability to negotiate the difficult terrain of long sand dunes for a long period of time without food or water, this trio of desert ships shocked the people while skillfully swimming in the sea without fear of drowning, despite the depth of the water. According to the owners, the animals were taken to the beach for swimming and training to increase their fitness and to prepare them for the camel race. And after 2 hours of the session, the desert ship was allowed to come out of the water. Stargazer on the beach. Imagine taking a walk on the beach and coming across this nightmare of the ocean floor. Meet the Stargazer. Encountering it could be one of the worst things that can happen to you on your beach trip. As far as humans are concerned, some species of stargazers are either highly venomous or have electrocuting abilities, so encountering it can either mean getting a dose of unwanted, uncalled for venom through its toxic spikes, or getting a shock of a lifetime thanks to its shocking capabilities. As predators, stargazers ambush their prey, wherein they bury themselves in sand and suddenly attack and gulp down the prey. This man was really educated in this regard. Look, he is not actually touching the fish, but rather carrying sand as a bed between the fish and its skin, and then gently put it down in the water. Sand dollars. If you have spotted or collected a sand dollar on your trip to the beach, congratulations! You've done something cool. Sand dollars are flat and sand-burrowing species of sea urchins. These strange animals often wash ashore, but one time they were thousands in numbers and baffled every local expert in the Oregon state. In August of 2021, Oregon's coastline saw these strange and mysterious appearances of dozens of sand dollars on the beach. Though there are different contributing factors to this, marine biologists say that there is nothing alarming about their appearance. Dog saved deer. What is better than having a dog? A dog that helps save another animal's life. A golden retriever named Storm went viral for all the right reasons when he was seen jumping into the water to help a drowning fawn. According to the owner, he was filming his pet when it started running and then eventually swimming towards something splashing in the water. It was a baby deer that was clearly struggling in the water. The dog not only brought the fawn to the shore, but it also helped the devastated baby deer as if it was trying to resuscitate it. The people simply couldn't believe their eyes. Embracing lizards. Aw, such an adorable sighting! 2 giant lizards were spotted on a beach in Thailand, embracing each other. Apparently, it looked like a romantic pair hugging each other with the cool waves touching their feet. But just when they realized they were being filmed, they both departed and ran straight away into the bushes. Sea of Stars. Looking for a spot to add to your bucket list? Here it is. Sea of Stars is the best thing that happens in the Vadu Islands of Maldives. The water there literally glows blue due to bioluminescence when the light falls, which looks like thousands of stars have fallen into the water, thus the name Sea of Stars. In reality, it is due to the bioluminescent fungus present in the reefs of the beach, which cause the sea to glow. It occurs annually around the late summer season, when the water gets filled with bioluminescent tiny marine organisms called Lingulodinium polyhedrum. These organisms light themselves up when they feel threatened due to water waves as a defense mechanism, creating an incredibly beautiful shimmering effect in the water. Dolphin breach to escape orca. In the early hours of February, a jogger captured something really sinister. A group of orcas were trying to hunt something under the water. After a few moments, the jogger heard a dolphin's cries coming from the shore. A young dolphin had beached itself just to escape the attack. The killer pod stayed close to the shore, waiting for the dolphin for some time. After the pod left, the jogger helped the breached dolphin get back into the water. Jellyfish invasion. Imagine going to the beach to dodge the summer heat and finding thousands of jellyfish invading the beaches and water. That is what happened to the Azov Sea near Shulkin village in Crimea. Thousands and thousands of Aurelia and Rhizostome jellyfish were seen on the beaches and the shallow water, which prevented people from getting into the water because people were afraid to get stung by the jellyfish. One brave soul who decided to get in the water described the jellyfish's touch as gross, cold, and slimy. Barely escaping the sneaker wave. The sea can be really dangerous, even when you're on the shore. This video shows close moments when a man was about to be dragged out to sea by a sneaker wave. The guy had barely made it to a huge boulder, but a gush of water pushed him off the rock. But his mate saved him.
Where?
A sneaker wave is a huge wave that comes without a warning. Scientists believe that these waves are associated with offshore storms that transfer wind energy to the ocean surface. Shark attacks a kayaker. Animals in Australia are extra deadly. A kayaker in South Australia was minding his own business kayaking when a great white shark lunged at him as he was about to paddle his way forward. The shark kept on circling him, and the video ended there. I hope the man made it out of the water safely. Usually, sharks don't attack humans, but like I said, animals in Australia are extra deadly towards humans. Crocodile on beach. Florida is the crocodile center of the USA. A crocodile was seen having a beach day at Hollywood Beach, Florida. People flocked to the beach just to witness this rare sight. Other than the saltwater crocodile, only American crocodiles can take a dive in salt water. This croc had the time of his life as he took multiple dips and walked on the beach for hours. Plane crash. A passenger plane that was en route to Papua New Guinea overshot the runway and crashed into a lagoon in Micronesia. The local fishermen saw the crash and took their boats to help out the survivors. This quick response by the locals helped save dozens of people. After a few moments, U.S. Marines who were working nearby rushed to the location with necessary equipment and rescued the remaining people. If this kindness was not shown by the locals and the Marines, the plane would have sunk at least 100 feet, taking the passengers with it. Beachgoers save tourists. It feels amazing to see humans being kind to each other. Let's move all the way from Micronesia to the Philippines, where the people celebrated the New Year by saving a drowning tourist. On the day of the New Year, a guy in his 20s was knocked over by a huge wave, but some quick-thinking people came together and held hands to form a human chain in order to help the drowning person. The dramatic video shows a long human chain being formed all the way from the shore towards the drowning person. In the end, the person was saved and the kindness won. Flying rays. An unbelievably mesmerizing scene of flying rays was observed in the waters of Mexico in 2012, when almost 10,000 devil rays were migrating to the warmer waters of Florida. Followed by a huge splash of water. With the flapping fins, rays leapt out and dove back one after another, just like trained birds. Jumping to escape predators, shake off parasites, or simply try to panic the shrimps. Why they indulge in such weird acrobatics is still unanswered, as scientists are not sure exactly why rays do it. This picture was taken when an Asian city was hit by torrential rains. The high tides were hitting the shoreline, and in between those desperate times, some people were seen fishing like this. Amazing, isn't it? Fish being so easy to pick up. A man made his dinner out of a high tide of water. Starling show. A dazzling swarm of starlings rumbling across the dusky beach was witnessed back in 2012, which was believed to be one of the largest collections of starlings in the UK. Hundreds of black, tiny birds stunned the spectators with a well-organized rise and fall show. Grouping like that could be a form of protection from predators, but sometimes they do so to keep warm at night. Mysterious eggs. A cluster of mystery eggs discovered on Imperial Beach left the experts in a puzzling situation. It all started when a man in November 2022 stopped seagulls from pecking on mysterious ping-pong ball-like structures entangled in the seaweeds. He called lifeguards, who took away the eggs carefully in the buckets of sand. At first, it was assumed that these eggs might belong to sea turtles, but this theory was not supported. People believe that they might be endangered turtle eggs, but where they came from is still a mystery. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like the video, share it with your friends. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so that you won't miss more of our upcoming videos. Thanks again!